top clear. Hot. It'll get to start. Okay. Try one more time. RPM, final pressure, good, mixture, it's supposed to rise up about that. Right there.
Hello, hello. Can you hear me?
I got you.
Go. And this thing turns the volume up in my mic, right? One of these.
Yeah, so this is your volume right here. It's that one.
Because I can't hear myself. This,
okay.
Oh, now I can hear myself.
Okay. And then you've got the volume controls on your headphones.
It was just through my sound.
Tiger 741 Ogden Tower. Report 2 miles north of the airport. Transition at or below 5,500. Ogden
125.55. Yep. Good.
Zulu, wind 340 at 7. The winds are 290. Variable to 040. Visibility is 10. Skies clear. Temperature 23. Check density altitude 2.4. Altimeter 3004. Visual approach in use. Landing departing runway 34. All VFR departures say direction of flight. Land hold short operations are in effect. Advise initial contact. You have information hotel.
It's 3004, right?
What's that? Yeah, 3004.
Information hotel 2251 Zulu. Wind 340 at 7. The winds are.
Alright, and flight instruments.
Okay.
0. Good. Within the 75 feet, right? Correct?
75 foot field, right?
That doesn't work. We didn't check that one. 0. And is it like?
It's like looks like 195.
195. So about
there.
All right. And it's all good. So we're gonna hit OK. Half left, half up. Good.
But 266.
266. Right. Cool. Good.
I don't. We got ground in there now.
We're going to practice?
Yeah, so we'll go northwest. No, VFR departure northwest. We got hotel.
Hotel. Are we on ground?
121.7?
Yep. Ogden ground, Skyhawk 736 Kilo November is ready for departure, or ready for taxi with information hotel for northwest departure.
That's the 68422 Ogden Tower, runway 34, clear for takeoff, left turn westbound approved.
We were talking at the same time as him. Hold tight for a second.
Yep.
736 Kilo November, runway 34, taxi via Bravo.
Taxi via Bravo for runway 346 Kilo November.
I don't.
Nope. That sound good.
And a little bit of brake.
Tiger 819, roger. Traffic is assessed to midfield airborne runway 34. It'll be a left turn westbound. Overfly the airport and then pick up I-15 on the other side.
So let's go up here to the end and we'll flip around.
Affirmative. So 68422, traffic 12 o'clock, 2 miles, opposite direction. The Tiger, altitude indicate 5,600, will be transitioning above you over the airport.
Good. Oh, we'll call good here.
Alright. Run up, 1800. Mixers set for takeoff.
Cool.
Throttle. Magnetos check. That's good. That's good.
Good.
Alright, send to 2000. Properties 1800.
Tiger 7481 out of traffic's no factor. Contact Hill Tower 127.15. Good day.
Checks hold slightly.
Cool.
Steady, prompt pull forward. Engine section, everything was good, 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 and then back to idle.
Rattle.
Sure, holds on idle.
Yep.
Back to 1,000 once.
Cool.
Good. So let me read all this off?
Nope, you're good.
Alright.
As long as we know what we're doing.
I know what we're doing. Alright, pre-takeoff brief complete. Flight control is free and correct. So. Good. Oh. Good. Good. Autopilot, there's none. Fuel gauge, check quantity. And go full almost. Trim, set for takeoff. Oh. There. Flaps good. GPS is set. And departure brief, initial heading and out. Mixture set. Engine, ammeter, and suction. Good, good. Good. So it's kind of almost.
It's just because you've got, you're down to a little below 1,000.
So, well, that's good.
Have you and I done a short field takeoff?
Yeah, where you keep the nose up. We did it in like a touch and go.
Okay, well, we're going to do a short field takeoff. That was a soft field takeoff. Let's do a short field takeoff. So we take off with flaps 10.
Okay.
We rotate at 50, I think it's 53. So you're just a little bit earlier.
Let's bring around a safe flight.
Okay.
53.
Yep. And then we climb out at VX, which is 59.
59.
Okay. We climb out of VX till we get 50 feet above the runway, and then we lower the nose a little bit and accelerate to VY. And then we climb out of VY and we'll re-raise our flaps, okay?
That's the 89. So 50, 53.
Yeah, you can do 55.
55.
Yeah, and then climb
59.
out of 59. As soon as we're 50 feet in the air, lower the nose a little bit, start accelerating, raise your flaps, and then climb out of VY.
Alright, so we'll put our flaps down.
Yep.
And doors, windows closed, landing lights, strobe lights. So we'll put them on. Transponder, we set to AL.
Cool.
And comm, switch over to tower. 118.7.
There he is.
And we're ready.
Alright.
Follow them. They're right there. Alright. KOGD Tower, Skyhawk 736 Kilo November is holding short runway 34, ready for our northwest departure.
736 Kilo November, Ogden Tower, runway 34, cleared for takeoff, left turn northwestbound approved. Remain at or below 5,500 in the Ogden class Delta.
Clear for takeoff, runway 34, left turn approved to the north, keep below 5,500, 6 Kilo November.
Cool. Nope. Alright, so we want to take all available runway. What we're simulating is we've got a short runway, so we got to use all available runway, okay? So taxi out there, we'll taxi to the end, and we'll get turned around and lined up on center line, and then stop, okay?
So pretty much make a Y turn?
Yeah, so you're going to kind of follow it around, and you're going to come to the end, and then line up. Okay, so you want to use all available runway.
Alright. So kind of the...
Yeah, so then just kind of swing it around. Yeah, just like that, you're good. This is far enough. You don't have to get all the way over the dirt. So then turn around, get on, line up on center line, and stop, and hold your brakes.
All right.
Cool. Cool. All right. Hold your brakes.
Yep.
Okay. Go 2,000.
2,000.
Okay. Everything's in the green. Go full throttle. And release brakes. Okay.
55.
55.
Airspeed's good.
Airspeed's alive.
55.
Alright, climb out of 59 for 60 knots.
Wait to 50 feet.
Yep, I'll call your 50 feet. Keep heading out 60. Alright, there's 50. Nose over. Get some airspeed before you raise your flaps or we'll sink.
Okay, we're getting some airspeed.
Alright, now raise your flaps. Climb out of VY, which is 80.
Right.
Cool.
Cool. And he wants to turn north. Well, we're already going north.
So we'll be going northwest, so it's, we got to get up here a little ways.
About 100 more feet.
Yeah. Okay, you're going to turn northwest now.
Alright.
Let's just go a heading of, let's do 290.
290.
Cool. Alright, climb to 5,300 and do not climb any more than that. Go ahead and reduce your prop back, 25.
About 25, you said?
Yep.
Alright.
Go up, we'll do one of each of the stalls, do our steep turns, do emergency descent. Have you and I done any ground reference maneuvers?
I think that's what we said we're going to do next. Anyway.
So we'll go up and do some ground reference, then we might have time for 1 or 2 landings up at Brigham, and then we'll come back here.
Yeah, okay.
Depending on what time is doing.
Kind of got pushed up. That was a weird feeling.
Yeah, you got a little updraft.
Cool feeling. Which one are we going to do first, steep turns or stalls?
We'll probably do steep turns, then go do stalls, and then we'll do an emergency descent down, and then we'll go over and do ground reference stuff.
All right. Do I do any, a few landings before we come back?
Yeah, we'll go up and do a couple landings, yep.
At Brigham, you said?
Yeah.
Okay.
We'll be right up there by Brigham. Or we can come back here and do them, it's up to you.
Doesn't matter. Whatever's quicker. Do as many as possible.
Ogden Tower, Cessna 714 Hotel Whiskey, currently over the power plant, inbound for full stop.
Traffic here, about our level.
4 Hotel Whiskey, Ogden Tower. Report 3 miles.
All right, they're out there.
The airport.
Yeah, I see.
Yep.
3 miles north of west of the airport. 714 Hotel Whiskey.
Alright,
Should I
go ahead
go
and climb
over?
up. Go ahead and climb up 6'5".
I'm already out of the airspace.
Yeah, you're clear their space. Alright, so a climb, we just go at 25. That's where you're already set.
Oh, okay.
We only use full prop when we're on takeoff and landing.
Alright.
25 is the way climb at. 23 is the way cruise at.
Right on.
Cool, go to 6'5". And I'm going to tune in. About 2 miles out.
Yeah, he's right there. I see him right there. He's going away. Going away.
Solid approach, Cessna 6842. Was that traffic going to be in the west practice area, or was he moving north?
Cessna 422, he's still northwestbound. He's about 4 miles north of you, still northwestbound, 5,800 indicated.
That's us.
Yeah, he's somewhere.
Solid approach. This is 736 Kilo November. We're on frequency here. I think we're the ones you're talking about. We like fly following in the northwest practice area if we could.
November 736 Kilo November, solid approach, squawk 0303.
0303, 6 Kilo November.
Stream 1 Mike Charlie, solid approach, expect runway
6,500 you said?
The 35
What's that?
is always
6,500?
Yeah.
and descend and maintain 1000. November 6 Kilo November, radar contact 6 miles northwest of Ogden Vortex, say altitude and type aircraft.
6,100 Skyhawk, 172 XP. November 736 Kilo November, sorry.
Thank you.
Rhino?
Oh, you said model.
He just wants the type aircraft. You can just say it's Cessna Skyhawk. Oh, it'd be nice if this thing had freaking visors.
Oh, doesn't it?
No.
Yeah, I'm wearing my glasses too. You got sunglasses on.
I know, but still, the sun's in my eyes.
Well, we can turn that way.
Yeah, we will. We'll turn north.
We turn north now?
Up 6'5" here. Let's get away from the lake here, and then we'll turn north.
Okay. Can we set it to cruise?
Yeah, so get 6'5", set the cruise, go ahead and give me a heading of 330. I know. Alright, so set the cruise, get established here, 6'5", and then steep turns whenever you're ready.
Alright.
Okay, so before we do our first maneuver, we do a clearing turn, right? Remember how to do that?
Our clearing turn?
Yeah, clearing turn. So we do 90 degrees, we turn 90 degrees to the left, and then 90 degrees back, or back to our original heading, okay? And so when you're doing in the check ride, you're gonna, before you do your first maneuver, you're going to say, I'm going to do my clearing turns, okay? So now you're going to go 90 degrees to the left, so 240.
Okay. So
and we're just looking for traffic. We're just clearing the area, make sure we're not going to run into anybody while we're out here maneuvering.
Right. So doing my clearing turn to 240.
Yeah.
And
okay, we're just looking around. Don't see anybody out here. Cool. And back to 330.
Freedom City Airport.
Cessna 422, roger, and that traffic's now 10 o'clock, 4 miles maneuvering, 6,700.
422, roger.
Down a little bit. No traffic around.
Cool. Traffic 4 miles from us, sounds like.
Let this thing clean itself out a little bit.
Yeah, 6'5", get leveled off.
Only about 100, so that's about where the steep turn is.
About where you want to be, yeah, about between 90 and 100.
Yep. Alright, so we're good, so we're going to start our steep turn?
Cool, go for it.
Alright, here we go. And low. Alright. Need to go up a little bit.
Alright, a little more bank, about there. Yep, cool. Alright, little nose up.
Yep. There we go. Zero coming. Going a little low.
No, you're good.
And go a little higher.
Correct for it, you can correct in the turn.
Yep. And it'll correct itself probably when I...
330, when we roll out, we're going to go right into the right side.
Yep.
And just keep coming around, there you go.
There we go.
Cool, man.
Going up a little bit. Lower it. One more bank. Sorry.
Oh, you're on it, you're good.
Okay.
45, I mean, you're a little bit less, but not too bad. You got plus or minus 5.
Cool. Almost.
Ah, 330, there we are.
Right on Mike Charlie traffic, 12 o'clock, 5 miles westbound.
Set ourselves up.
Unknown. There's to be a low-level aircraft showing 100 knots across the ground.
Alright, let's go to the west here, and let's do a power on stall.
Do I need to clear myself again before?
No, you're good.
Okay.
Just before you do a maneuver when you're with the examiner, just say I'm going to do my clearing turns. And usually they'll make you do the first one, and then they'll say you're good on clearing. There's nobody here. Alright.
But until he says you're good, keep doing it per maneuver.
Yep.
Yeah. So we're going to set ourselves up for power.
Power on stall. We'll actually gain a little altitude. Let's actually turn to south. Then we're not freaking right in the sun.
All right.
Once we pitch up, that thing's going to be right in our eyes.
Oh yeah.
Hold 22, switching to vertical frequency.
422, Roger. Appears to be a couple aircraft in the pattern there. I'm not sure their altitude though. Radar service terminated. Squawk VFR and frequency change for...
We're going to do power on stall.
Power on, so full power back, yep. Start getting slowed down.
Traffic's no factor. Head anti.
Drop goes the full.
210.
Cool. Alright, now just maintain altitude here. Don't let yourself descend until you get to 60 knots. Once you get to 60 knots, you're going full throttle. Full throttle, and we'll start pitching up, alright?
Alright, wait till it says 60.
Yep. So you'll slow down, you can pull a little more power if you want, and if you just maintain altitude, a little more back pressure so you don't fall at all, you don't drop at all, that'll help slow you down as well.
There we go. Kind of descending a little bit.
Just pull back a little more, that'll help you slow down. Oh, there's 60, go full throttle. And maintain direction control of your rudder.
Yep, right rudder.
Yep, the more pitch up we are, and the slower we get, the more right rudder we're going to need. We're going to need to pitch back a little bit more.
Yep. It's like it's trying to climb.
Yeah.
Or it's climbing now.
Now, if you pitch back a little bit, we are going to climb initially.
Okay. There we go. Wait for the thing to bump.
Yep, so we'll
keep the heading.
Yep, keep the heading here. A little more pitch back, about there. Keep coming. There's the stall horn. As soon as we get a good buffer or a clean brake, we just push the nose over. Okay, about the horizon. Alright, that's a buffer. Let's go ahead and recover. About the horizon there. Cool. And then let's just accelerate out at 80 knots.
We'll try that one more time.
Alright, you bet.
There we go, so I'll let it. I'm at 80.
Alright, so you're on your heading. Go ahead and slow down. 60 knots, full throttle. You are going to climb, okay? That's why I wanted you to do that first, so we can get a little altitude. So you will climb, but we're just trying to induce a stall.
Once I hit 60, full power.
Yep. Now let's pitch back, about there.
Stream 1 Mike Charlie, traffic 10 o'clock, 5 miles westbound, King Air 7000.
All right, that's a pretty high pitch. Okay, all right. Down there.
125.7.
Oh, there's some buffeting.
Yep.
Hold on to it for just a second here.
Don't feel a bump. Or,
Alright.
there we go.
There you go.
There we go.
You feel like start to bump
Yeah.
it? Any more than that, the wing's going to start to dip, okay?
Yeah. Almost on the heading.
Cool.
Wait for 80. And
Climb out 80 knots.
we're good.
Cool, let's go ahead and turn back to the north here.
North.
Great solid minerals there below us.
Oh,
We're going to do a power off stall. Okay, so climb to 7.5.
7.5. Let me lower the prop.
I can lower to 25 if you want.
Yeah.
We're just going to put it back in here in just a second though.
Oh, thanks.
Cool.
Southwest 1057 Salt Lake approach, expect runway 34 right, descend and maintain
Go a
11000.
little bit to the north.
Alright, you can just pick a heading. 340 will be work.
Yeah. Alright, that's good. 350. 340. 75.
Alright, so this one we're simulating like we're coming in for landing, right? So we're in landing configuration.
So we're gonna lower.
So we're going to lower our or reduce our RPM, or reduce our throttle. As we start slowing down, we start working our flaps here.
Salt Lake information kilos now, current altimeter 3001.
Maintain the altitude though.
Yep, maintain your altitude. Help slow down, okay? First notch, as we get a little slower, go ahead and dump flaps full. Cool, flaps full.
Yep.
Now you're just going to nose over for 65 knots on a stabilized descent, okay? Nose over, pitch over for 65. Alright, we're doing about 50.
Yep. There you go a little bit.
More. Okay, stabilize at 65, just pull your power, and we're just going to pitch up to about the horizon and just let the airspeed bleed off, okay?
All the way to idle?
Idle, powered idle, yep. Pitch up a little bit, let the airspeed bleed off. Okay.
Let it bump.
Yep, so just the slower we get, the more back pressure we're going to have that because we have less effectiveness of our controls.
Yep. And
Coming, there's, oh, keep coming.
oh, I thought I felt it.
Right there, okay?
Yeah.
Full throttle. One notch flaps out.
Good.
Cool.
Yep. I'll do
As
it
we
one more
gain some
time.
airspeed, flaps all the way to 0.
Yep.
Okay.
And I'll do
But yeah, let's do it one more time.
Yep.
Okay, go ahead and get climb back up. We need to get back up to 7.5.
Okay.
But yeah, the recovery procedures, once we get that hard buffer, we get that brake,
Yeah.
then you're going to nose over to about the horizon, maybe just a little bit below the horizon, full throttle, one notch flaps, just like that, okay?
All right. That one's a little harder.
Yeah, a few more steps to it. The power off stall, or the power on stall, all you have to do is lower the nose, right? Just reduce your angle of attack. Alright, let's head to a heading of 330 or so. Got room up here. Get the sun out of our eyeballs. Or 3-4, somewhere right here.
All right. I'll go in between them.
Just get us out of the sun.
Yep. There we go.
Alright, 7.5. Go ahead and configure once again. Go ahead and pull your power back, about 13 or so. Okay, first notch flaps. As we slow down, go flaps full.
Send at 65.
Okay, yep, and then you're just going to want to stabilize the descent at 65 knots. Okay, once you're stabilized, go ahead and pull the power to idle. Now just pitch up. pressure a little bit. Cool.
I felt the bump, but
I'm going. There's a stall horn. Wasn't quite a clean break. You're close though.
Would he have failed me?
He probably would have made you do it again. I don't think you'd have failed you, but it'd probably make you do it again.
Okay. At least I don't need much assistance.
Yeah. So yeah, once you get real slow, you have less effectiveness on the control, so you got to keep pitching back.
Okay.
And you just want to kind of make it nice and smooth. You don't want to jerk it back, because that's when you kind of do this little thing, okay?
Can I do it with two hands?
You can do it too. You can do it too. I mean, the harder back you got to pull, you know, it's going to take more strength, so.
Alright, so we'll do it one more time, right?
Alright. You're already going pretty slow. Well, you can go ahead and do it here if you want.
Alright.
Alright, one notch. Get slowed down. Both flaps to full. Oh, and then stabilize 65.
And
oh, power to idle, yeah.
Idle.
And now you're just going to pitch up.
Two hands.
Cool. Coming, keep coming. Alright, there you go. Full throttle, one notch flaps. There you go. Alright, coming about the horizon as we're gaining airspeed, go ahead and start working your flaps out.
5 Bravo Alpha. Number 745 Bravo Alpha, Flight approach. Flight approach, Scott.
Cool.
5 Bravo
We dropped 200 feet, okay? That's pretty good.
Okay.
Alright, now you climb out at 80. We're still under the descent. Climb out at 80 knots.
Traffic advisory.
200 feet too much?
No, that's about perfect.
Okay.
0377, all the information in.
Cool. Climb up to 8,000.
377, 5 Bravo Alpha.
Can we turn anywhere? Or?
No, because we're going to do emergency descent, and then we'll pick a place to land up here, and these fields are up here perfect.
Alright. Go for something with lines?
Yeah, so really we don't have an idea of where the wind is. I mean, it's coming out of kind of the northwest.
Yep.
So we want to land probably into the north. So yeah, you want to be thinking about that. Okay. Get climbed up to 8,000. And I'll give you a scenario, and this is kind of what the examiner's going to tell you.
Alright.
Okay. So they'll probably say...
We're at 7,100 for 5 Bravo Alpha. Number 5 Bravo Alpha, route to traffic 12 o'clock, a half mile, appears southwestbound, out to indicate 6,500. We have that traffic in sight, we'll maintain visual separation, 5 Bravo Alpha. 5 Bravo Alpha, roger.
Alright, so...
Kilo November, how far northbound are you going to proceed?
How far?
We're going to come up here, do some ground reference, so just west of Brigham. We can cancel flight phone if needed. 6 kilo November.
6 kilo November, rate of service terminated, squawk VFR, frequency change approved.
Alright, squawk VFR, frequency change approved, 6 kilo November, thanks.
There's 1,200?
Yep. So just go ahead and hit VFR right there, and I'll flip it over for you. Hit it again. There you go. Cool. Alright, 8,100, Gil. So what they're going to say is usually, it depends on who you go with, but a lot of times they'll say, oh, you decided then your engine is burst into flames. What are you going to do? Okay? So what are we going to do if our engine bursts into flames right now?
We're going to look for something to land on.
Okay, so first of all, we're going to address the freaking fire, right?
Oh, yeah.
So
we're going to pull the power.
Pull the power.
Pull the power out.
Okay, pull the power.
All the way?
Yep. All the way to idle.
And we're going to pitch to 75.
Pitch for 75. Now and then we'd say, I'd simulate pulling out the mixture. We want to get the fuel away from the engine, right?
So
now we're going to descend 120 knots while having a 30-degree bank. Okay.
While having a 30-degree bank.
Yep.
120?
120. So we want to get down as fast as we can, right?
Okay.
And help blow out the fire.
Yep.
Kind of look for a landing spot. You know you're going to have to come down, so kind of be looking as you're descending here.
So like right out there?
Yeah. Okay, fire's out. So now your fire's out.
Yep.
Now what?
Well, pitch up to 75
Pitch for 75 knots, right? All right, now we're looking for a place to land.
Yep. And I said somewhere around one of these strips right here?
Yeah, so I'd find you a nice flat field, something that's not, if it's super green, we'll get rid of this freaking thing. If it's super green, it's probably pretty long.
Yep.
I'd look for something that's maybe dirt or maybe a lighter green color.
A lighter green color? So we got...
something that's fairly long,
We could make it over there, or... we could...
I'd be looking probably out this way. Remember, we wanted to land into the wind, so we were thinking maybe a north or a west, and we're coming down like a rock because we're at 90 knots. If we pitch for 75, we'll hang up here a little bit. I'd be kind of maybe looking off to my left over here and seeing what I could see.
So there's the
so look off to your left. There's one that's kind of green and brown.
Yep, right there.
Yeah, I mean, I'd kind of maybe start making my way that way. Okay, keep your pitch back 75, or you're never going to make it there.
Oh, yeah. Crash somewhere in this field.
Yep. Brigham City traffic, Sky 736 Kilo November, 7 miles west of the field, 5,600, simulated emergency descent. Brigham City. Cool, so there's your field, right?
Yep.
I'd kind of start pointing towards it. Maintain 75, we want to be able to make it. If we dump flaps in right now, we'd never make it.
Right.
Cool.
We're at 75.
Now you're coming down. Back just a little bit.
Going for that field right there, correct?
The short one? The one closest to us?
Primary traffic system 684.
The one closest to us? You pick the spot. You're flying it.
Yeah, so generally right in front of us right there.
Okay.
There's like a strip and a bigger strip.
Okay, see if we can make the bigger one if you can.
Yeah, that's the one I was talking about.
Okay, you bet. We'll see if we can get there.
I didn't even notice the little one. About 73.
Oh, I don't know if we'd make the big one.
I don't think so.
Okay, so I would just get at this point, we wouldn't make it. Go ahead and go around, go full throttle. Oh, climb out, 80 knots.
So he would have me do that again?
Nope, you probably fail that one.
Okay.
Okay, if you pick that spot and you can't make it, that's a fail. Okay, so you got to make sure you're going to be able to make it. That's why it's important to hold your 75 knots and kind of start turning towards where you want to land. If you need to get down, we can add flaps and we can slip, we can do things to get down, but we can't get back up.
Right.
Right.
That is very true. What altitude would you have? You generally...
about, depends on who you're with. It'd be something about like where we were just at.
About 7,000.
Yeah. Oh, your emergency descent? I started you at 8,000, so you'll probably be right up in that area. Alright, let's do some ground reference stuff, okay?
Alright.
So ground reference, you've got two of them you're going to have to demonstrate, and that's turns around a point and S-turns.
Okay.
Okay? So basically what we're doing is we want to be able to fly around a point and keep a constant distance away from the point and correct for the wind as we're coming around, okay?
So a circle.
Yeah, so we're just going to do basically a 360, turn around a point, okay?
So do I pick the point? Or?
Yeah, so we'll pick the point. I'll show you how to do one here. I'll take the controls here, my controls, okay? We want to do this between 600 and 1,000 feet AGL, okay? The ground out here is about 4,200 feet, okay? So I usually pick about 5,000 feet.
Would that pole be a good...
Yeah, so that pole right there, you can pick that as your pointer if you want, but I usually try and stay clear of that damn thing. Just because it's like, 300 feet in the air and we're only 800 feet in the air, so...
Alright.
I'm going to pick a point a little further to the east here, go down to 5,000. Cool. I'm going to go to 2,500 on the prop. Yeah, so that right there, just remember, whenever we're doing ground reference maneuvers, can you hear me?
Yeah.
Okay. Make sure that you're cognizant of that thing. So what we want to do is pick a point. And the thing that I found is the best is find an intersection. Okay? We want to enter on the downwind. So if the wind's coming out of the west, like it kind of is, we're on the downwind right now. 5,000 feet. We want to be about 90 knots. Okay? I'm just going to find an intersection here. And that's going to be my point. I'll use this one right here. You can see, not this one with the barn, but the next one up.
Okay, yeah, I see it.
Okay. That's going to be my point. Yeah, there's like a red barn thing there. Okay, so downwind, 90 knots, 5,000, see if I can get up there. Alright, 5,000. Cool. Now this is how far I'm away from my point. I need to keep this distance away from the point all the way around the turn, okay? So I got the wind at my back right now.
Yep.
So I'm about to beam the point. I'm just going to put my wingtip on it here, and I'm going to have to use a little more bank because I got the wind on my back. It's going to want to push me to the east, right?
Okay.
So I got to use a little more bank to counteract that. And as I come around into the wind, I'm going to lessen my bank. Okay? I want to maintain about 90 knots and about 5,000. So I just want to keep this distance all the way away. Okay? Now that I'm going into the wind, I just reduce my bank a little bit. Okay?
Okay.
And we just do it all the way around. Okay, we just got to correct for the wind. That's all this maneuver is about.
Okay.
Okay, so now the wind's coming out of the west. As we're going into it, I go a little less bank because it's going to push me towards my point. Does that make sense?
Yes.
Okay, so a little less bank, maintain 5,000. Okay, and then as I get back into the wind, I got to increase my bank.
Right.
Cool.
So as you go back into the wind, you got to increase.
Yeah,
as you
because
get away,
it's
you decrease.
Exactly.
Okay.
Cool. All right.
Got to know where the wind's blowing.
Yeah, so you need to know where your wind is. There's a couple ways to figure it out. There's a flag. I can see it blowing. It's coming out of the north. If you look to your left shoulder, there's a flag blowing right there. Right there by the red barn.
Oh yeah, I see it.
Okay, you see it? Looks like it's blowing from the north.
Yeah, north.
Cool. Alright, your controls, I want you to do one now, okay? Find you a point. You can use the same one or find one different. Let's kind of head up to the north maybe. Good hell, use some trim here. Hit the 5,000, pick you an intersection, and we want to enter on the downwind. So if it's coming from the north, we'll have to flip around when we enter the maneuver, okay?
Okay. I'll just go back to the barn then.
Okay. Yeah, just flip around and we'll use that intersection there. So we want to maintain 5,000, about 90 knots all the way around, and we want to keep our distance the same, okay? So if the wind's out of the north, okay, so here's your point.
Yep.
We want to enter downwind. So we want to enter on the south, going southbound, right?
Yeah, so we're going to enter this way. Coming this way.
Yeah, because the wind's coming out of the north, we want to be with the wind.
Okay.
Cool.
So,
yeah, so go ahead and turn onto your point here.
you got to increase the turn as you
Yeah,
go.
So let's see, we're entering the maneuver on this downwind. Here's downwind right here,
Yep.
okay? You're high already.
Yeah.
Go ahead and reduce some power. You're high and way fast. 90 knots, 5,000. Okay, and you need to be looking at your point.
Yep.
Make sure that you keep the constant distance all the way around the turn.
Okay. Point.
Cool. Now we're starting to head into the wind. Our bank's going to decrease just a little bit.
Yep.
Now we got to steepen our bank up again. Are you using the barn or using the intersection?
Using the barn.
Oh, okay.
Sorry.
No, you're good. All right, now we're getting a little low.
Yep.
Yeah, plus or minus 100 feet on this maneuver.
Okay, I would have failed. Okay.
Cool.
Practice.
All right. You're still descending. Go ahead and pull back up. You want to be up to 5,000. And you're getting a little slow. You're going to have to add a little bit of power. Cool. Let's keep coming around.
Okay.
And then I'm going to show you an S turn, okay? S turns. We'll come back and do that, but that's turned around a point. We need to be plus or minus 100 feet on our altitude.
Okay.
We want to keep the same distance away from that point all the way around the turn, so we're going to have to adjust for the wind using our bank. And we got plus or minus 10 knots on our airspeed.
Okay.
Okay? Alright, so I'll take the controls. I'm going to show you S turns here. Okay, so S turns, you do it across the road. I'm going to use this one because there's a long-ass road right here. Okay.
This one.
Yeah, this one is kind of down here off to my right. I don't know if you can see that thing right there.
Oh, yeah.
Okay. You can see it goes clear out to the west.
Yep.
Okay, I'm going to get 5,000 feet again here. And we're going to enter on the downwind, just like we did with turns around a point.
Oh, okay.
Okay. So I'm going to enter on the downwind. The wind's coming out of the north, so I got to be going with the wind when I enter the maneuver. Make sense?
Yep.
Okay, I want to be about 90 knots. Add a little power here. Alright. Okay, now the idea here is it's pretty much the same thing, except we're just doing S-turn, semicircles all the way across the road. And we want to be able to roll out with our wings level.
When it's 90 degrees?
Wings level when we're crossing the road, okay? So we cross the road with wings level, and the wings need to be perpendicular or parallel to the road, okay? So I'm at 5,000, 90 knots, okay? Here's the road. So I'm going to cross it, wings level, and then we'll start the maneuver to the right here. Okay, and we'll head out to the west. Alright, so here's the road. Here's my wings level, and there's that tower. Yep. Now that I'm crossing the road, I'm just going to turn and keep a constant radius turn all the way around.
Okay.
Okay. The idea is to adjust for the wind. There's that tower.
Yep.
Okay, a little more bank as the wind's pushing us to the south. A little less bank as we come out all the way around, okay?
Okay.
And we want to cross the road with our wings level.
Cool.
Cool.
Like half circles.
So we keep coming around. Yeah, it's just half circles all the way across. Here we come around, and I want to roll out, wings level, parallel to the road, and I just go right into the left side.
Cool.
Cool. This is S turns, okay?
Okay.
And you'll have to do these, and I'll have you get just like this, pick a road, okay? Go ahead and take the controls. Okay, so the wind's coming out of the north. We're going to have to use a little less bank because he's already going to push us that way, right?
Yes.
All right, now a little more bank because we're never going to make it around. We were kind of shallowed this one up a little bit.
I didn't know I was already beginning. Okay.
All right, here's the road. Now we want to be wings level right here and go right into the right side. Okay, 5,000 feet, 90 knots. Cool. I'll move this so you can see shit.
Yeah. 99.
Cool. There's our S turn. Here comes the road. Wings level. Parallel to the road. Perfect. And then to the left side. I don't.
A little high though.
You're a little bit high. Now we've got a real steep bank.
Yeah, I saw that.
Okay. So you'll be able to get this one turned. You're going to have to turn like sharp as shit. I don't know you'll be able to make it.
Rudder.
Gotta stay coordinated.
Yep. There.
Alright, yep.
A little steep, but it was 5,000.
Yep, 5,000. Okay, we may be able to do one more to the left and then we'll run out of real estate.
Yep.
Cool. I don't... Alright, so that one we didn't get quite all the way around. We were close. We're high on this one.
Can I use rudder as well?
You can use rudder, but you got to stay coordinated. You can't be throwing so much rudder that you're throwing that out of the cage, okay?
Okay.
Cool. Right there. Wings level. Alright, good. So that's the ground reference maneuvers you're going to have to do. Okay. The other ground reference maneuver is rectangular course, okay? And that's just basically flying a big rectangle, but they don't make you do it out here. That's basically your traffic pattern. If you can fly a good traffic pattern, that'll count as your rectangular course, okay? And that's basically all the examiner's going to have you do.
Just do a traffic pattern as we're landing.
So you'll have to do some landing. As long as you fly a good traffic pattern, they'll count that as your rectangular course.
Okay.
So we've been up for 0.8.
Go.
Cool.
Let's do some landings.
Alright, we can do some landings. You want to go into Brigham? Brigham's right here.
Yeah, we'll do Brigham.
Alright.
And then we can go to Ogden and do a couple of them.
Okay, so let's go ahead and enter on the 45. So not this warehouse thing here, but there's one a little further to the north. If I can find it up there, yeah. That's kind of the 45 entry point off to your left. See that little warehouse right there?
Yeah.
We can just kind of head between them, split the difference, and then we'll enter on the 45. Okay.
Cool.
Doesn't sound like anybody's in traffic pattern. 135075 is their weather.
123.05 is the.
Yeah, that's their CTAF. That's who we're talking to now.
Okay.
6 Zulu, weather, wind, calm, visibility,
the wind's calm,
0,
so we'll be on 3.5.
missing, temperature, 2.4 Celsius, dew point, minus 1, altimeter,
bank 3, this way and enter the downwind.
3.
Yeah, so we'll enter the 45 to downwind, so I'd come up here a little further.
100. This message is advised.
That's Brigham, correct? Right there? All those little white buildings. in a line?
Yeah, out there.
Yeah.
Past the freeway. That's Brigham City right there. The runway's just on the other side of it. Alright, so that kind of now start turning your entry to your 45 entry. That's kind of aim for the midfield. Now we'll make a call. Just tell them we're 5 miles to the west on the 45 to downwind for 3-5.
Brigham traffic, Skyhawk 736 Kilo November is on the 45, 5 miles northwest, coming in for 3-5 Brigham.
Cool. Alright, so you're about now, you're coming back this way a little bit. So all those buildings right there, the very last one to the north is about midfield.
Okay.
Okay, so it's kind of aimed towards the midfield. There you go.
So what's the traffic pattern?
Okay, TPA here's 5,200.
I was actually northeast. I wasn't northwest.
Yeah, you're good. No, you're northwest. You're northwest. Where you are relative to the field, so you're northwest.
Okay. I'm northeast.
That's east, so if you're northeast, you'd be over by the mountain over there.
True.
Cool, so there's the middle of the runway. We're just going to kind of point to that, and then we'll enter the downwind there. We're at TPA, we want to be doing about 90 knots. Angle full prop. Brigham City traffic, Sky 736 Kilo November, turning left downwind 35. Here we go. Go. Got it?
Yeah, right, your controls.
We're turning downwind right now, major call. Go. And we get configured to be in the 1,000 footers, right? Our touchdown point.
Where that white hash is.
The big white long stripes there.
Rectangular bikes.
Yeah. So 1 notch flaps, throttle back to about 12, and then we're pitching for 80 knots. Okay. Yep. I keep it squared up here, so we don't want to get too close over that way, or we won't get down in time. Yeah, there's a little farm. It's right below us here, off our nose.
Okay.
That's kind of where I turn my base. That's where I've always...
Right here with these silos?
Yeah, you can see there's a little like a cement silo on a house and shit right there. That's kind of where I make my base turn. Okay?
That's about right here.
Yep. And we configure on base, second notch of flaps.
Yep.
Make a call and pitch for 70. Pull some power out. We're going a little fast and we're a little high.
Brigham traffic,
Square up here.
736 Kilo November is turning base for runway 35 Brigham.
Hit pitch for 70, little nose down. Okay, click on the mic 5 times. Cool, now turn final.
Brigham City, Skyhawk 736 Kilo November is turning final for runway 35 Brigham.
Cool. Alright, maintain 70 all the way down. It's going to intercept glide slope. So pull a little power and I'll help us get down.
A little high, right?
Yeah, we're a little high. We got 2 white, 1 white, 1 red.
Yep.
Alright, there's 1 white, 1 red. Now just use your throttle to maintain glide slope as well as 70 knots, okay?
Right.
So we start getting a little high, pitch over, and pull a little power. Cool. Now we're getting a little low, pitch up. A little more power in. Don't want to get too slow.
Yep.
Cool.
There we go.
Down.
Work it out.
Yeah, start working her out. Okay. Get out the idle. Alright, let her float here. We're a little bit high on the runway still. We're going to sink like crazy here in just a second. Yep.
A little hard.
You flared a little bit high.
Yeah.
Okay.
Try it again. Try it again, yeah. Cool.
Alright, yeah, so everything looked good. We were starting to lose airspeed, and then we started flaring like, we were probably still 30, 40 feet in the air. So we want to, make sure we get down into ground effect.
Yep.
And then we'll start a flare once we lose or we bleed off more of our airspeed, okay?
Cool.
Alright, let's come to the right a little bit. We're kind of drifting to the left. Get back over the runway if we can. I know you can't see it. It's kind of hard, but I can see it.
Yeah. Cool. Wait till about 47 or 48.
Now let's get up past the end of the runway first of all, and then at 47, 48. Yeah, we can turn out now if you want.
That's about the runway.
Yep.
Brigham traffic, Skyhawk 736 Kilo November is turning crosswind for runway 35. Brigham. You got to hit the mic 5 times every time?
No, that just does your lighting.
Yeah.
Okay, so now we'll go ahead and square up crosswind here. Yeah, so it'll stay on for 20 minutes.
Okay. Where do you want me to make that left?
Alright, so like I said, that downwind is about that fence line right there. You can see it between those fields. That's about your downwind, so you want to flare over the top of that.
Where was it?
See this fence line right here?
Yeah, right.
There's like a ditch and fence line, and it kind of goes to the bend in the river right there on the end. That's kind of where you want to be pointing.
Brigham traffic, Skyhawk 736 Kilo November is turning downwind for runway 35. Brigham.
Cool, and we're 200 feet high. Then get down, pull some power, go ahead and descend while we're in downwind. You want that runway about mid-strut as you look out that window.
That's where it's at.
Cool. There's our beamer touchdown point. Go ahead. One notch of flaps. We're about 12 inches of manifold pressure. Pitch for 80 knots. Yep. And just stay square. A lot of people have a tendency to start veering in, and it makes you high when you come around.
Okay.
Stay square and kind of look for that farm. That'll put you on a good base.
Yep, I see it right there.
Knots. That farm should be just off your left side here.
It is. There we go. Brigham traffic, Skyhawk 736 Kilo November is turning base for runway 35. Brigham.
Cool. Now second notch of flaps. Yep. All right, square up right here. Good. Now just pitch for 70.
So high.
A little bit, pull a little power. Pull quite a bit of power. This building right here screws everybody up because it always makes you high because everybody thinks you're going to run into it.
Yep.
Alright, there's your glide slope. Now just use your throttle, maintain your airspeed, maintain your glide slope, okay?
Okay.
Pitch back just a little bit. Alright. Start working out the power. Cool. Alright, now we're just going to float. Okay, just a little bit down. About here.
Skyhawk 21 Mike Whiskey, we're about 8.5 miles. Coming in from the south, coming in for a landing on runway 35. Brigham City traffic. We're at 6,500.
Someone's coming.
Sounds like it. They want to go straight in.
They say they're doing full stop?
They didn't say. They said they're coming in from the south. As long as we make our calls and we'll stay out of each other's way. We have the right of way because we're already in the traffic pattern.
Yep.
Brigham City traffic, Sabria 1160 Delta is 13 miles to the north over Tremont and inbound for landing runway 35, Brigham City.
Now I can see the runway. Yeah. Place I'm in line.
Cool beans, you want to turn crosswind, make the call, then everybody knows where we are.
Brigham City, Skyhawk 736, Kilo November, turning crosswind from runway 35, Brigham.
And there's crosswind. And we'll turn downwind.
Yep. Okay, there. About that. Brigham City, Skyhawk 736, Kilo November is turning downwind for runway 35, Brigham.
Brigham City traffic, Skyhawk 181 Mike Whiskey. We're at 6,400, about 5 miles to the south, coming in for runway 35. Brigham City traffic.
They're 5 miles out.
Yeah.
Okay.
He's coming from that way, though.
He's coming from the south.
From the south, oh, okay.
Yep.
Going south.
He wants to go straight in. So let's keep making our call and we'll look out for him here.
Yep.
552. Alright, let's get configured here.
Yep.
Hey, you've got too much power in. You want to be about 12 inches here.
Okay.
Brigham City traffic, Skyhawk 181 Mike Whiskey. We're about 3.5 miles to the south, coming in for runway 35. We're going to be doing some touch and goes.
Let's extend here.
Traffic.
Okay. You don't want it, yeah.
Yeah, we'll extend. Traffic on 3 mile final. We're about ready to turn base. We'll extend our base here and come in behind. We've got you in sight. 6 Kilo November.
Gotcha. Thanks a lot. 181 Mike Whiskey.
Otherwise, we'd have been right in front of him.
Yep, yeah. He wasn't listening to us.
Yeah.
Hit the right away.
Brigham City traffic, Sabria 60 Delta is 9 miles to the north, 7,000 descending. We're going to maneuver to the 45, enter the left downwind runway 35, Brigham City.
Beans. Alright, go ahead and turn your base turn.
So another guy's coming.
Yeah, he's going to enter on the 45 behind us, so. We'll square it up here. We don't want to get too close to him.
Yeah, we're calling in, I guess.
What's that?
Call it in, yeah.
We'll be alright. We'll stay behind him. We'll tell him once we get out here. We'll give him a little bit of room, though. Don't put him. Now you got 1 notch in already. Good.
Yep. Put the second notch in?
Yeah, second notch. Then go ahead and turn final. We go ahead and make a call that we're on final number 2 touch and go 35.
Brigham traffic, Skyhawk 736, Kilo November is on number 2 for final for runway 35 touch and go. Brigham.
So he's just over the threshold numbers, about ready to touch down now. Alright, go ahead and get down a little bit.
This building really messes you up.
Yep. Alright, there you are. You're on glide slope right there.
Yep.
And now he's 170 knots all the way in. We'll have time for probably 2 more, and then we'll head back.
Are we doing any touch and goes out there as well?
We'll probably just go ahead and do a full stop up there.
Okay.
Alright, he's got to be off the ground before we can touch down. Looks Looks like he just lifted off.
Yeah. Off the ground.
Is he off the ground? Or just hanging out there?
I don't see him getting off the ground.
Alright, there he goes. He's going up. He's going up. We're good. He's doing a performance takeoff.
Oh, okay.
Oh. Oops. Oh, a little bit high. Trying to hold it here.
Brigham City traffic 181 Mike Whiskey. We're going to take off and we're going to hit crosswind. 181 Mike Whiskey. Or Brigham City traffic.
You want to do one performance takeoff?
Yeah, where we just kind of hovered in ground effect and then...
You want to do one? On this last,
No, we can do it. You bet.
Cool. I need to feel some speed. We're catching up to this guy, Zeke.
Yeah, we'll go ahead and slow down a little bit. We can extend our upwind too.
Runway 35.
He called, he was turning across when he still hasn't turned.
Yeah, I know.
So we'll just continue upwind here.
There he goes. Might be a student too, I guess.
Yeah, I'm sure he is.
Traffic turning left crosswind for runway 35. Brigham City traffic.
Brigham City traffic, Strawberry 60 Delta is 4 miles on a 4 miles northwest on a 45 entry left downwind. It looks like I'll be number 3. I've got the departure turning crosswind, and understand there's also one on the runway departing.
Somewhere upwind.
We're so headed upwind, sir. We see you in sight though.
That's another guy.
Yeah, that's the guy that
Oh,
just
you got him?
Yeah,
So he's out there.
Yeah, I saw it. I saw both of them.
Traffic entering the downwind in sight, Brigham City.
Yeah, I saw both of them. But he wants to be behind us, though.
So we'll get in behind him.
Yeah. So,
Traffic on the 45. This is 6 kilo November. We're still upwind. We'll come in behind you, so we'll be number 3.
Okay, sounds good. Yeah, it looked like from my position you were on the departure, but still looking for the other traffic that is in the pattern.
So we'll go ahead and turn across.
City traffic Skyhawk 181 Mike Whiskey, just south of the numbers for runway 17. On the downwind, runway 35, Brigham City.
Oh, here he is.
yeah, I saw him. That's what I thought was calling. No, it wasn't him.
Okay, Strawberry 60 Delta is going to make a quick 360 and come in number 2 behind you on the left downwind for 35.
All right, go ahead and go down.
Where are we in the sequence? Number 3?
This is 736 Kilo November. We are just turning downwind on off of an extended upwind. We've got you out here doing your 360 off of the 45, and there's traffic ahead of us. Sounds like they're about midfield downwind as well.
Brigham Area traffic, Cessna 6842. I have traffic entering the downwind inside, just departed. We'll turn behind you and exit the pattern to the north.
So there's traffic there just off.
Yeah, saw him.
All right, 90 knots, so go ahead and speed up a little bit. What the hell, we're out here by ourselves, now all of a sudden there's a bazillion people here.
Brigham City traffic Skyhawk 181 Mike Whiskey is making a short approach, runway 35.
Turning across, man. Let's just go ahead and head to Ogden. We'll do some touch and go up there. Alright, too many people here.
And the traffic looks like it's just south of the numbers of 17. I'll be behind that traffic on the left downwind.
He's talking about us now.
Yep.
Brigham City traffic Skyhawk 181 Mike Whiskey, short final, runway 35, touch and go. Brigham.
Alright, make a call, 736 Kilo November.
6842. I have traffic entering the 45.
Hey, midfield downwind, we'll be departing the track pattern to the south, heading back to Ogden.
Brigham City, Skyhawk 736 Kilo November is on the downwind midfield. We're just going to head back to Ogden, southbound, 6 Kilo November, Brigham. Can we climb a little bit then?
Get out of the pattern first, and then we'll climb. We're already 200 feet high.
Brigham City, Strawberry 60 Delta, midfield left downwind, full stop, 35, Brigham City.
ahead and climb up 6,000.
Brigham City traffic, Skyhawk 181 Mike Whiskey, departure leg, runway 35, remaining in the pattern, Brigham.
As everybody's behind us.
Yep.
Had a guy that was midfield downwind. He's behind us.
He's still staying in though, right?
Yeah, he's just going to do a full stop.
So can I set it to 118.7 on the bottom?
Yeah, 118.7. We'll go ahead and reduce this 25. And we need to get our ATIS, which is 125.55, which is right there. Put that in the active.
Runway 34 in use. Expect visual approach. Land and hold short operations are in effect.
Turning left crosswind for runway
Notice airmen, runway 21 PAPI lights are out of service. The runway 16 PAPI lights and runway in identifier lights are out of service. All DFR departures advise ground control of your direction of departure. Advise on initial contact. You have ATIS information, India.
Yeah.
Ogden Tower, ATIS information, India, time 2353, Zulu observation. Wind 340 at 11, gust 17, wind variable between 310 and 020.
It's going to be windy. It's going to be a lot trickier down here.
2005. Check density altitude, temperature 23, 2.4, altimeter 3002. Runway 34 in use. Expect visual approach.
Starbird 6 Delta, short final 35, full stop, Brigham City.
Ogden's like 20 miles away, something like that.
16.1.
Not far.
Well, I usually like to stay on the west side of I-15 when I make this transition right here, because a lot of traffic comes northbound here.
Okay.
Usually they're on the other side of I-15.
Well, you gotta fly over the power station, right? That's what we use.
Yep, that's right, 12 o'clock.
Yep. We're gonna do a touch and go, or are we just doing full stop?
We'll do a touching. We'll have time for probably one or two. We've been up for 1.2 right now, so we got 0.3.
Okay. Are we gonna call ourselves out of Brigham?
No, we'll just, oh yeah, go ahead and do your last call, yeah, go ahead. Just tell them we're north end of Willard Bay.
North of Willard Bay?
Turning
North end of Willard Bay.
for runway 35.
Last call.
Brigham City traffic.
Brigham Skyhawk, 736 Kilo Novembers, heading northbound, just north side of Willard Bay, Brigham.
We're southbound, not northbound.
Oh, sorry.
Cool. Go ahead and turn in south.
60 Delta to clear the active.
What's that, sorry?
All right, you're good. You're the last call. Go ahead and flip it over. Flip over the tower.
They'll probably have us go straight.
No, because we're landing at 3-4, so we have to flip around.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Just
for
straight
downwind,
and then
yeah.
That box back.
So you can see the power station.
Yep.
And off to the left of the nose.
Oh, there it is. Okay. I'd like to call about...
You can go and call now if you like.
Alright. Ogden Tower, Skyhawk 736 Kilo November is heading south just over the power station, looking for some touch and goes.
Cessna 736 Kilo November, Ogden Tower, make left traffic, runway 34, report left midfield downwind.
Head, what do you say?
Alright, runway 34, left traffic will report midfield downwind for 36 Kilo November.
Brain fart.
Cool. So yeah, we're going to go straight into the downwind, the left downwind for 34, okay?
Yep.
So 34 is over here off to the left.
Yep. I see the airport out. Oh, I guess I see it right there, yeah. There you go.
And our downwind is, if you follow 1800 west all the way up, if you're just on the west side of that, that's about your downwind leg.
Alright, so I need to move over just a little bit.
You need to get down too, we're way high.
Yep.
We need to get down to 5.5. You can see the runway.
Yep.
Right there. So we'll be left downwind, just like we were in Brigham City.
And you want just west of 1900 right here?
Yeah, so 1900 west, right? You kind of see how it kind of goes up the hill right there?
Yep.
If you're just on the west side of that, that's going to put you pretty damn close.
Okay.
Alright, 5.5, good. Then once we get in...
10, right proceed on Alpha, to approach 10 to 03.
Once we get in close to the pattern, we need to be down to 5.2, right?
Yep. 5.2's traffic pattern.
Yep.
Foam 10, proceed on Alpha, cross runway 34.
The acronym is TPA, right?
TPA, traffic pattern altitude.
Yep. About where do you start your descent to 5.2?
You're only 300 feet up right now, so I'd probably start it here another, I don't know, mile or so and go ahead and descend down.
Okay.
I'd go ahead and probably start about an hour or so.
Ogden Tower, Cessna 68422, 10 miles north of the airfield, descending at 5,700.
Cessna 68422, Ogden Tower. Make left traffic, runway 34, report a left midfield downwind.
Left traffic, runway 34 will report a left midfield downwind.
Cool. 90 knots, yep, 5.2, right there.
I'm trying. Midfield, he said, right?
Yep, report midfield. Cool. Looking good. Alright, you go ahead and call out.
Alright. Ogden Tower Skyhawk 736 Kilo November is just at midfield, looking for the touch and goes.
So 736 Kilo November, runway 34, clear touch and go, then fly runway heading.
Clear touch and go for runway 34, then fly runway heading, 6 Kilo November.
Cool, you gotta get configured, you're hauling ass, and you're gonna blow through your point here. Cool. Alrighty. Cool. Down, another notch of flaps. I go in. Oh, there's the runway. Alright.
Speed up a little bit.
And we'll see where we are when we come around. I think we're probably pretty damn good here. We're going to roll up about on glide slope, just a little high.
Okay.
But you see, you've got, yeah, you want to be 70, so add a little power. Pitch down just a little bit. Cool. Alright, pitch down a little bit for 70. And because we're still a little high, there's 70. Cool. Bind up here, get center line, start pulling some power out. Now we're getting a little quick.
Go low, I think, right?
No, you're on it. You got one white, 3 reds. You're all right.
Okay.
So we are a little bit low now, but we're good. Okay, the wind's, holy shit, a little wind shear off the end of the runway. So we'll start working the power out. We'll float it off here. Hold it about here. Yep. Now flare. Cool. Whoop. Our cargo is over there.
Traffic not available.
Okay, yeah, we had a gust of wind kind of kicked us over there.
Yeah, that was weird.
Since the 736 Kilo November, change to right close traffic, and when able, make an early right crosswind.
Change to right close traffic.
Right close traffic, and then we'll make an early crosswind here, 6 Kilo November.
I thought you said make the turn now.
No, he says when able, make an early crosswind, but we're too damn low to make a crosswind right there. Go ahead and turn now.
Okay, I thought you said turn now.
Yeah. We're pilot in command. I don't care if he tells us turn now. If we're too low to the ground, we're not doing it, right?
Okay.
And we have authority of the aircraft.
Cool, yeah.
Even if he clears us. If it's not safe, we don't do it.
They can't tell us to be unsafe.
Yep.
Okay.
Cool. Alright, we'll kind of swoop around here. Let's go ahead and turn downwind. Try and keep 80 knots so we can get up. We turn early, so we're going to have to gain some altitude here.
Cessna 68422, confirm full stop landing.
422 will be a full stop, correct.
There's the runway. Oh, we're at TPA there. We're a little far from the runway.
Cessna 6 Kilo November, runway 34, clear touch and go, then change back to left closed traffic.
Clear touch and go for runway 34, then change back to left closed traffic, 6 Kilo November.
Cool. Alright, so we're kind of far from the runway. You kind of see how far that is up on the strut.
Yeah.
Let's go ahead and get configured, and we'll kind of start turning, kind of crabbing that way.
Downwind.
68422, Roger, you'll be number 2 following a Cessna. Ahead to your left on the right downwind, about to turn right base.
422, we're number 2, looking for the traffic.
Cool. Good, 80 knots. Go ahead and put in second notch here. There's the runway right there.
422, that's traffic in sight, we're number 2.
So it's 422, follow that Cessna number 2, runway 34, clear to land.
Following the Cessna number 2, number 34, runway 34, clear to land.
Oh, there's that traffic there. Yep. We're high, so go ahead and pull some power.
Can I get a wind check?
Yeah, the wind is pretty
Wind 330 at 6.
Okay, that's current wind.
Windy. Holy crap.
Yeah.
70.
Cool. 7034. Alright, now we're getting a little bit low. Cool. Yeah, right here.
Kind of walk it out a little bit.
Alright, we're at the end of the threshold and we walk it out, okay? Alright, now walk it out.
Tower Foam 10, we'd like to cross 34 via Alpha to the ramp.
Hold it here.
Foam 10, Ogden, ground, hold short of runway 34.
Short 34, Foam 10.
Alright, one more, and then I think we'll be done.
Alright, this the full stop or the...
We'll do one more touch and go, and then we'll do a full stop, okay?
Not on my landing
Traffic
today.
not available.
We just need to float it out there in the wind. I think we're a little bit scared of the wind, but we need to touch down. The last couple times we've bounced a little bit.
Yeah.
We've kind of hit the nose wheel. Alright, climb out at 80, that'll get us some altitude. Eagle trying to die. Fine, downwind, perfect.
That bird was close.
Yep.
All these things are happening.
So 68422, short down. Approved, exit at Alpha. Taxi to the ramp, monitor ground, 0.7.
Short 180 approved, exit via Alpha. Taxi to the ramp, monitor ground.
Foam 10, proceed across runway 34 at Alpha.
34 via Alpha, Foam 10.
Alright, you better get configured.
Information, Juliet is now current on the Ogdenatus. Runway 34 in use. Wind 330 at 8. Altimeter 3002. Check density, altitude, temperature 23. Says to 736 Kilo November, runway 34, clear touch and go.
Clear touch and go from runway 34, 6 Kilo November.
Says to 68422, Graham.
Yeah.
Says 422, affirmative. When you get into the ramp, can you give the tower call on the landline? Let me know if you need the number.
That's not good.
Yeah, you must just...
Yeah, it's most likely a deviation, but alright, go ahead and turn in. Alright, pull a little power, we're high. Cool, there we are. There's a glide slope, okay? Just maintain this, maintain 70.
Affirmative.
Roger.
Alright, we want 2 whites, 2 reds. We're getting a little bit low.
No more power.
Yep. All reds were low. Okay, you're alright.
Okay.
We're working it out. Alright. We're working it out. Don't balloon us.
Oops.
We're gonna hold it here.
Yeah, it feels like the ground is just coming straight for you.
Yeah. Yeah, so we're landing kind of like...
422, tower number is 801-625-5569.
When you're coming down from that end, it just feels like the runway is just sink. It just...
Traffic not available.
It doesn't, we do kind of sink. Once you hit ground effect, you'll kind of float there for just a second. Then you need to start flaring. We've been landing with our nose wheel first.
Oh, really?
We did that again just right there. We need to flare just a little bit so our mains hit first.
Okay.
Okay? We don't want to flare too high, otherwise we sink and hit to the ground, right?
Yeah.
Once we hit ground effect, just let it float there, and as we start to sink, then start your flare.
68 is 4 miles south of the VOR, inbound with Juliet full stop.
Cat 4368, Ogden Tower, enter left base, runway 34, report a 1 mile left base.
Report 1 mile left base and right base, or left base runway 34, 4368.
Request a full stop on this gate.
Okay. Ogden Tower is Skyhawk 736 Kilo November is requesting a full stop.
736 Kilo November, roger, runway 34, clear to land.
Clear to land, runway 34, 6 Kilo November.
for 90 knots.
Yep, up fast.
Cap 4368, I might have missed it. Verify you do have information, Juliet.
Do have Juliet, sir, 4368.
Thanks, sir.
Flaps 20. Yep. Don't add your power. You're going to be high if you have power. Cool. And we're pitching for 70.
Yep.
Cool. We're on glide slope here. We'll just maintain it all the way in. 70 knots.
70 knots.
Cessna 422, standby one. 422, let me give you another number and try that one.
All right, go ahead and start working your power out.
94 685.
Oh, now just kind of float it right here. Okay. And
Yep.
now as we come down, now we start our flare.
There we go.
Oh, flaps are up. Start easing on the brakes.
Cap 4368, 2 mile left base, 34.
Cap 4368, runway 34, clear to land.
Traffic not available.
6 Kilo November, you can turn right on runway 3 or turn right on Charlie.
We'll take right on 3 and then get off on Charlie up here, 6 Kilo November.
6 Kilo November, Roger, turn right on Charlie, taxi across Alpha to the ramp, monitor ground.
Right on Charlie onto the ramp, and we'll monitor ground 6 Kilo November.
Oakland Tower, Cessna Skyline, November 5198, November. Power station 7,500 feet, and bound to land with information, Juliet.
Mr. 5198 November, Ogden Tower, report 3 miles northwest of the airport.
Report 3 miles northwest of the airport for 98 November.
Alright, so we got to maintain our frequency till we cross the threshold up here, the whole short line.
Yep.
Now we flip over the ground. Okay, so we got to cross the whole short line first.
Yep. Can we come to a stop or just?
No, you can go and flip over if you'd like.
121.7, right?
121.7. Cool. Now we're just going to head up here between the hangars and back to Axiom.
Cap 4368, if able, turn right at Charlie. If unable, short 180 is approved. I didn't have a doubt for a second. Cap 4368, taxi across runway 21 at Charlie. Taxi to the Alpha, monitor ground. Have a good one.
Cool.
Yep. Landings were no bueno today.
We'll work on them tomorrow.
Yeah. Hey, bring a pillow.
Yeah. That'll help.
Yeah. Because what feels like when the nose wheel's it feels like the nose wheel is higher than the main gear.
Yeah.
When I'm sitting this low.
Right.
actually like pulling and do like a 90 deal?
No, we're just going to park it where we pulled out. So I'm going to say I'm just going to get fuel and take off again.
Rome 10, proceed Alpha, cross runway 34 at Alpha.
What time is it?
It is 7:05. Pull off to the right a little bit here. We'll just kind of, we'll just park on the ramp here. Forward. Going just a little bit left. Ah, here's good. Alright, you want to shut her down?
Yep. Alright. Shut down, avionics off. Oh yeah, before we, I totally forgot that. As soon as I did that, I was like, oh crap. Alright, master off. Yep. Fill in the binder. Alright, 1.5.